1954 World Championship football game is on the air. Yes, it's time to enjoy life with Miller High Life, the beer that's acclaimed the national champion of quality as the Miller Brewing Company of Milwaukee and their coast-to-coast family of Miller High Life dealers and distributors bring you today's championship battle between the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. And this is Earl Gillespie speaking from Municipal Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio, where this afternoon we're all set for one of the great and thrilling sports attractions of the year, the battle for the National Football League title. And for the fifth straight year, Coach Paul Brown leads in his Cleveland Browns. They won the title back in 1950. Since then, they are still going to regain that championship. On the other hand, the third straight affair for the Detroit Lions in this championship struggle, and they are going after an unprecedented third straight championship in pro football. This game is being carried by over 500 mutual stations, Armed Forces Radio, Alaska, and into Hawaii. The temperature here in Cleveland this afternoon is 53 degrees. Overcast skies with broken clouds. We see some big patches of blue, and it's a very surprising day because just last Sunday, in the last game of the regulation season for these two teams, they battled it out in a snowstorm with the temperature down in the low 20s. Today it is 53. With the overcast skies, the wind will be a negligible factor this afternoon. It's out of the west at 5 miles per hour. And our radio booth is located on the south side of the playing field. We are on about the 40-yard line. The field runs east and west. And at this very moment, the Cleveland Browns starting lineup is being introduced. Just a few seconds ago, the defending world champions were introduced, Buddy Parker's Detroit Lions. We have the starting lineup, so quickly here they are for the Lions, visiting here at Municipal Stadium today. At left end, Darrell Brewster. At left tackle, Lou Groza. The left guard is Abe Gribben. The center is Frank Gatsky. At right guard, Chuck Noll. The right tackle is Johnny Sandusky. And the right end, the veteran Danny Lavelli. In the backfield, the fearless passer, Otto Graham at quarterback. At left half, rookie Chet Hanulak. At fullback, Morris Bassett. And the right halfback is Billy Reynolds. For the Cleveland Browns, or rather, we just read you the Cleveland Browns starting lineup. For the Detroit Lions, it'll be at the ends, Dorn Dibble and Leon Hart. At the tackles, Lou Kriegmer and Charlie Unney. At guard, Harley Sewell and Dick Stanfeld. The center will be Andy Makita. In Detroit's backfield, Bobby Lane at quarterback. Doak Walker at left half. Lou Carpenter at right half, and Bill Bowman will be the starting fullback. For fans, it looks like action is about to get underway, and while we await that opening kickoff, here is a friendly word from your host.
You know, fans, one of pro football's many outstanding stars is Tobin Rote, quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. A 5-year veteran, Rote has the right combination of the right ingredients to make an outstanding quarterback. A strong, accurate throwing arm, calm judgment, baffling deception, plus a determined will to win. And as a member of the Miller Brewing Company's Sports and Special Events Department, Tobe will tell you that Miller High Life also has the right combination of the right ingredients. The very choicest of hand-selected hops, the very finest of brewing facilities and brewing skill, an old-world formula that just can't be duplicated. All this, plus the determination to brew the very best in beer. No wonder Miller High Life is acclaimed the national champion of quality. Now, you fans can be a star quarterback in the refreshment league. Just call out your signals loud and clear for refreshing Miller High Life beer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris Schenkel speaking at Municipal Stadium as 40,000 football fans are about set to watch Lou Groza kick from left to right to the defending world champion Detroit Lions. And the fellow that will bring you all the exciting action is ready to step in as we go to our right. Here again is Earl Gillespie.
The opening whistle. This championship game is underway. Groza boots. It's high and it's end over end. Christensen and Gerard, the deep men. It's Jack Christensen, number 1, the 5, cutting to his right now. To the 10, to the 15-yard line. Hit on the 15 and dropped down at about the 18-yard line by Chuck Noll of Dayton University. First and 10 now for the Detroit Lions. And Coach Buddy Parker will probably stick with that quartet which has raised such havoc in the National Football League this season. Bobby Lane at quarterback. Doak Walker at left half. Bill Bowman, a very fine rookie from William & Mary at fullback. And Lou Carpenter will be the right halfback. At the ends, Dorn Dibble and possibly Jug Girard. We'll check as they come out of the lineup. Girard is at right end. Flanked wide to the left now is Doak Walker. Lane looks over the Cleveland defense. 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions. The spin, the fake, the handoff this time, and up the middle, going across to the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, and down across the midfield, down to the 40, and finally pulled down from behind on the 33-yard line by Tommy James was Lou Carpenter. A great run that time. Or rather, Bill Bowman, the rookie from William & Mary, right up the middle on a trap play, and he found the daylight. And there is one of the sensational runs on the very first play from scrimmage out here in Cleveland, Ohio this afternoon. 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions down on the Cleveland 33-yard line. Doak Walker flanked wide to the left. The right end, Jug Girard, has split about 10 yards. Bobby Lane pitches out this time. A fumble in the backfield, recovered by Cleveland. And picking up the football now and running with the ball is Johnny Kissel, the left tackle. But the whistle had blown. A pitch out that time from the quarterback, Bobby Lane, was fouled in the backfield. And it was the big left tackle of Coach Paul Brown, Cleveland Browns, Johnny Kissel of Boston College, who fell on that loose pigskin. 1st and 10, and there is a break for Cleveland. Now let's see if the Browns can capitalize. One of the great players in the history of pro football, the very fine quarterback, Otto Graham, says he is playing his last pro football game today. Out comes Cleveland, 1st and 10 on its own 37-yard line. Graham is the quarterback. Otto has his end split about 5 yards. Graham looking over the Detroit defense. Otto Graham is back to pass. He looks, he throws, it's deflected. Intercepted by Joe Schmidt on the 45 down to the 40-yard line. Joe Schmidt is crawling down to about the 35. What a rousing start out here in Municipal Stadium today. A fumble, then a pass interception, and that was a great catch by Joe Schmidt in his second year with Detroit from the University of Pittsburgh. The pass was partially deflected on the line of scrimmage, and Schmidt, reaching over his right shoulder, grabbed the ball at about the 47 and rolled down to the Cleveland 35. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Straight T formation to the backfield. Jug Girard, the right end, stood out about 10 yards. Lane fakes a handoff to Doak Walker. Back to pass. He throws a looper down here for Dorn Dibble. He dropped the ball down to the 5-yard line. Incomplete. Dibble had a clear shot for a TD that time down to the 5 off his right shoulder. Calling him out that time was the veteran Tommy James of Ohio State. What a year for the Ohio sports fans. The American League pennant for the Cleveland Indians. The Big Ten title for the Buckeyes of Ohio State. And the Eastern Division Championship for Paul Brown's Browns. 2nd down, 10 yards to go now for the Lions. They'll huddle back on the 45-yard line. That was a looping pass thrown by Bobby Lane. Lane, one of the great quarterbacks in the game from the University of Texas in his 7th year, 6'1", 195 pounds. Lane brings his team up to the line of scrimmage here on the 35-yard line. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Flanked wide to the left is Doak Walker. Back to pass Lane. He's running wide. He throws a screen that is complete to Carpenter, but he is caught from behind. A very fine tackle by Johnny Kissel. That time it was Carpenter on a screen pass. He rolled down for 3 yards at 3rd and 7 as he moved down to the 32-yard line. And that was an ankle-high tackle by Johnny Kissel. It's Len Ford and Carlin Massey at the end. Johnny Kissel and Don Colo at the tackles. Mike McCormick, the middleman on the 5-man line for the Cleveland Browns. Tommy Ketlin, Walt Michaels, the linebackers. Warren Lahr, Don Paul, Kenny Cons, and Tom James rounding out the defensive backfield. Flank wide to the left is Walker on a 3rd down and 7. He's back to pass, or rather Bobby Lane back to pass because he's going to run. He's down to the 30, and he is pulled down on the Cleveland 28-yard line. Len Ford on the bottom of the pile, getting up now. Helped out by Don Colo, the captain of Cleveland. 6'3", a 260-pounder. So now we have that big down coming up for Cleveland. And they send in a possible kicking unit down here on the Cleveland 28-yard line. It's going to be an attempted field goal. And trying will be Doak Walker. Bobby Lane holding on the 36-yard line. The ball is snapped. The boot is up in the air. This one is end over end. It is... What is it? We're waiting now for the signal. It is not good. It is not good. End over end, slightly off to the left. It is good. Finally, the signal from the officials. The kick is good, and that makes the score Detroit 3, the Cleveland Browns nothing.
Yes, fans, and all over America, the score is millions more in favor of Miller High Life, the beer that's cheered as the national champion of quality. And so the world champion Detroit Lions jump off to a 3-0 lead on a 36-yard field goal by the mighty Mustang, Doak Walker.
Jim Martin kicking off for the Detroit Lions. It comes down, and it's taken here on the 15-yard line by Billy Reynolds to the 20, the 25, the 30. He breaks into the clear. He might go. He's to the 45, the 50, and they catch up to him and pull him down on the Detroit 41. There was a sensational return of that kickoff by Billy Reynolds in his second year from the University of Pittsburgh. And the Cleveland Browns storm right back now. They have moved into Detroit territory down on the 41-yard line. Ball is 20 yards in from the far side of the playing field. Cleveland is moving to our right. Field runs east and west. Wind to their backs. Otto Graham brings his team out of the huddle. 1st and 10. Down on the Detroit 41. Flanked wide to the right now is Dub Jones. Here is a fake. The handoff goes to the fullback. Bassett. He gets up for about 2 yards. Down to the Detroit 38-yard line. Morris Bassett off his left guard was stopped by Laverne Torges, the number 53 of Washington State. Incidentally, we mentioned the fact that Otto Graham is probably playing his last football game of his brilliant career. Also, the big middleman in Buddy Parker's line, Les Bigeman from the University of Illinois, 300 plus. He goes about 350 pounds. Graham has Renfro set as a flanker to the right. Otto Graham looking over the Detroit defense. The left end set out about 10 yards. Here's the spin, the pitch back. This time goes to Dub Jones, trying to circle his right end. He can't turn the corner. He turns it for about 4 yards and is shoved out of bounds very hard by Sherwin Gandy. Helped out also by Jack Christensen and Joe Schmidt. He stepped out of bounds almost on the midfield stripe. So it is now a 4th down coming up. The ball is on the Cleveland 49-yard line. And back in the punt formation goes one of the great kickers in the history of pro football, Horace Gillum. Horace Gillum standing back on the 34-yard line. Christensen and Gerard back on the double safety now for the Detroit Lions. Here's the boot. High kick, and here is a penalty on this kick for roughing the kicker. Gerard takes. He called for let's see, there might be a double penalty on this play now as Gerard signaled for a fair catch. He was hit down on the 7-yard line. Roughing the kicker was called back here on the 35-yard line. And now Otto Graham is out checking with one of the officials here on the 49. Back in punt formation, Horace Gillum was dropped down after punting to Jim Gerard, who took the ball to about the 7-yard line. And the officials are now lining up the football. The score is Detroit 3, the Cleveland Browns nothing. Penalty against the Detroit Lions. They march the ball down to the 35-yard line. Roughing the kicker is called against the Lions. So there is a break for the Browns to regain possession. And they move down to the 35, where it's going to be a 1st and 10. Detroit scoring on a booming field goal by Doak Walker. Early in this first quarter, score is 3-0 in favor of the Lions. With 9 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first period. Straight T formation in the backfield. 2nd down, 12 yards to go. A loss of 2 that time by Bassett as he tried to turn his right end. Otto Graham dropping back to pass, looks downfield. He throws a long looper down here and into the clear, and down into the end zone goes Ray Renfro for the touchdown. Looping pass from Otto Graham to his left halfback, Ray Renfro, who had gotten behind the 2 pass defenders on about the 7-yard line And it was easy for Ray to scoot into the end zone. The score is 6-3 in favor of the Cleveland Browns. And now Lou the Toe Groza will try for the extra point. Holding is Tommy James. James kneeling down on the 9-yard line, waiting for the snap from center. There it is. The ball is placed. The boot is up in the air. This one is good. And so the score stands Cleveland 7, the Detroit Lions 3.
A reminder, fans, your host for this 1954 Championship Classic, the Brewers of Miller High Life, the genuine Milwaukee beer. And here at Municipal Stadium, genuine professional football. And as the saying goes, there is no football like pro football, as now the Cleveland Browns, seeking their first National Football League title here in the first period, have a 7-3 lead over the Detroit Lions. And Otto Graham, who last year, in losing to Detroit, had such a bad year, looked brilliant as he hit Ray Renfro for the touchdown. Now the kickoff, and here's Earl.
In the deep position, Jug Girard and Jack Christensen. A booming kickoff by Groza, taken by Christensen on the goal line. He's going to come out to the 5, the 10, the 15. He's hit and dropped down. He was hit that time by Don Paul on the Detroit 19-yard line. Jack Christensen from the goal line to the 19. Or did he make the 20? They put the ball on the 20-yard line. We're at 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions, who send in Dorn Dibble and Jug Girard at the end. Bobby Lane at quarterback. Dirk Walker, the left half. Bill Bowman is the fullback. And the right halfback, I believe, is Hunchy Hornschmeyer. We'll check. We see the number 4 down there. Carpenter wears number 34. Here is Bobby Lane handing off and rolling out to about the 25-yard line. Brought down by Warren Lahr and Tommy James. That was a gain of approximately 5 yards at second down. 5 yards to go. Bill Bowman, the ball carrier that time for the Detroit Lions. Out comes Detroit. Flanker wide to the left this time is Dirk Walker. Bobby Lane calling signals at quarterback. Quick count. He's back to pass. Looking downfield. He's going to get hit. He throws. And this one is complete to Dibble on the 35, the 40. And Dibble is caught and dropped down on the Detroit 40-yard line by Walt Michaels. Walt Michaels helped out by Len Ford. Defensive end who dropped back that time. Complete to Dorn Dibble. And that guy has real shifty feet. He can really move out there. He made it across the 40 to the 41, where it's 1st and 10 for the Lions, who trail by 4 points, 7-3 the score. Jug Girard moves wide to the right. Dirk Walker is set as a flanker to the left. Bobby Lane on 1st and 10 on the 41, and a quick handoff to Hornschmeyer. Pounds his way over his right tackle to approximately the 45-yard line. We have 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The score is 7-3 in favor of Cleveland. Detroit Hollows back on the 35-yard line. Second down, 7 yards to go for the Lions. They have the ball on their own 43-yard line. Flanker to the left this time is Dirk Walker. Lane again. This time he fakes. He comes out on the option series, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Tommy Catlin. Steps back on the 40-yard line and helped out by the rookie from the University of Texas, Carlton Massey. So Walker, or rather Bobby Lane, lost 4 yards that time on the option play, running parallel to the line of scrimmage to his right. He was dropped back on the 40-yard line, so it's 4th and 11. And dropping back in the double safety now for Coach Paul Brown, number 46, Billy Reynolds, along with number 44, Chet Hanulak, the rookie from Maryland. It'll be Jug Girard in punt formation. Girard, a product of the University of Wisconsin, is standing on the 25-yard line. 4th down, 11 yards to go for the Lions. The snap from center. Girard has plenty of time, gets off a high spiral, wobbly, and a fair catch is being signaled for, taken by Reynolds here on the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Browns. First and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Into the backfield goes Dub Jones, Otto Graham, Morris Bassett, and number 26, Ray Renfro, who scored that touchdown on the brilliant pass from Otto Graham. Score 7-3. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remain in the first quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Third straight year these two teams have battled it out for the National Football League Championship. Detroit has won twice. Straight T formation, the ends in tight. Otto Graham back to pass, drifts back to the 13. He is hit by Gandy, gets away from Sherwin. Gandy gets away from another Detroit Lion. He's to the 15, he's going to run to the 20, the 25, the 30 down the sideline, and he steps out of bounds. That time, Otto Graham got away from the eagerly searching hands of Sherwin Gandy, number 85, and also number 72, the rookie from Murray State, left tackle Gil Maines. And he ran up the sideline and made it to the 30-yard line for a gain of 7 yards. It's second down 3. Second down coming up for the Cleveland Browns. They'll huddle back on the 20-yard line. Cleveland with that 4-point lead, 7-3 the score. Dub Jones moves wide to the left. Danny Lavelli set wide to the right now as Otto Graham calls the signals. Otto Graham barking him off. Hands off to Bassett. Bassett pounds up the middle, goes across the 30 to the 35, and is still rolling as he was finally stopped at about the 39-yard line for the first down. Morris Bassett, a rookie who had a slow start in pro football this year, but when he came along, so did the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland dropped 2 of its first 3 league games this year, and for a while it looked like the Browns might not be in this game, but they buckled down, won 8 straight before they lost last Sunday to the Detroit Lions on snow-swept field here at Municipal Stadium, 14-10. Straight T formation. Otto Graham calling signals. Otto Graham dropping back to pass. He's back to the 35. He throws one down here, and it's intercepted beautifully and dropped out of bounds. And let's see if they call it. It is an interception. An interception. There was a great play by Jack Christensen. As he caught the ball, he was trying to stop his momentum from carrying him out of bounds. And as he tried to hold himself up, he dropped the football and rolled out of bounds, and so did he, but it's an intercepted forward pass. So the Detroit Lions stop that threat and they take over. Mixed emotions out here this afternoon. That time it was Jack Christensen retaining possession long enough to have it called an interception. Wide to the left goes Doak Walker, first and 10. On the 35, a pass downfield is intercepted this time by the Cleveland Browns. On the 35 by Don Paul. He's down. He might go all the way now. He's to the 15, the 10. He gets down inside the 10 and is finally caught on the 8-yard line. Don Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pro football at its finest. Real thrills every minute. Interceptions back-to-back that time by Jack Christensen of Detroit, by Don Paul of the Cleveland Browns. And now the Cleveland Browns are deep in Detroit territory inside the 10 on the 8-yard line. It's first down and goal to go. Dub Jones is out, and in goes Billy Reynolds. Ball on the 10-yard line of Detroit and Cleveland's possession. Out come the Browns. Wide to the right this time is Danny Lavelli. Flanker set to the left. Otto Graham back to pass. Looks down. He throws the quickie over the line. It's complete. On the 3-yard line into the end zone goes the Cleveland Browns. And I believe that was Darrell Brewster. It was. A bullet pass from quarterback Otto Graham complete to his left end. Darrell Brewster, who caught the ball and was hit hard on the 3-yard line. He crawled into the end zone. So the score is now 13-3 in favor of the Browns. Boy, this Cleveland Ball Club is striking back with a vengeance out here today. Lou Groves is trying for the extra point. Tommy James is holding. Ball is snapped its place. The boot is up in the air. This one is. The kick is good. And so the score stands Cleveland 14 and Detroit 3.
Fans, remember the name, Miller High Life, your host for today's game, and the beer that brings you refreshment pleasure the year round.
Andy Makito is over the ball at center. Flanked wide to the left is Doak Walker. The right end is Jug Girard. Here is the handoff to the halfback. And I believe it is Hornsmeyer who was spun around by Len Ford and dropped down on the 16-yard line. Punchy Hornsmeyer carrying the mail that time, trying to go around his left end, was really spun around by Lenny Ford and dropped down for a loss on the play of a yard back to the 16-yard line at second 11. Second down 11. Second down, 11 yards to go. And with about 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter, the Detroit Lions call for a timeout. The score is Cleveland 14 and the Detroit Lions 3.
Otto Graham, fearless quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, who says that he is retiring after today's ball game, already has thrown for 2 touchdown passes. The first, a toss of some 40 yards to Ray Renfro, who went about 5 yards for the TD. And now after 12 minutes of play, Graham to Darrell Brewster from a short distance away for the second touchdown. It's 14-3 Cleveland, and here again is Earl Gillespie.
Second down 11 for Detroit, and a quick count. Bobby Lane rolls out back to pass, and the ball is batted down beautifully by Carlton Massey, the left end. Quarterback Bobby Lane, dropping back to pass, was throwing out of the right flat. The ball was batted to the ground by Carlton Massey. Time, the official timepiece, of course, is down on the playing field. Back in punt formation, drops Jug Girard, standing on the 2-yard line. Renfro and Billy Reynolds, or Henulak and Reynolds, are back in the double safety. Here is the boot by Girard. A low kick is taken here on the 45-yard line by Reynolds to the 50, down to the 45. He goes down the sideline, down to the 35, down to the 30, the 20, the 15, and he is finally caught on the 12-yard line by the booter, Jug Girard. This boy, Billy Reynolds, has already proved to be a shining star here in this championship game in 1954. A great punt return that again puts Cleveland deep in Detroit territory, down on the 12-yard line, and the last possible man to get him was the punter, Girard, and he caught him around the knees and pulled him down. The leading kickoff return artist in the National Football League, Billy Reynolds, proving his worth out here to Coach Paul Brown. 14-3 is the score. Cleveland is leading. Time is running out. In the last minute of play here in the first quarter, 55 seconds to go. As they break the huddle, Otto Graham sends his halfback, Renfro, wide to the left. The left end is split about 5 yards. Otto Graham hands off to Bassett. He skirts off his right tackle, goes down inside the 10, the 5, and he is caught on the 4. Laverne Torgerson pulling him down finally, helped out by the secondary, Jack Christensen moving in, as Bassett slanted off his right tackle and moved down to the 4-yard line. And there is the gun, ending the first quarter of the Championship Classic with the score standing, the Cleveland Browns 14 and the Detroit Lions 3.
The field judge is Bill McHugh. That's more or less an all-star alignment of officials out of the National Football League. Action is resumed. Earl, tell us about it.
It's first down, inches to go for the Cleveland Browns. Down almost on that goal line. Otto Graham has a flanker set to the left. Otto Graham calling signals now at quarterback. Graham on a quarterback sneak, throws into the end zone. Football game that Mr. Otto Graham is displaying out here this afternoon. There's going to be a lot of talking, I think, in that Cleveland Brown front office to try to get Otto to change his mind about retiring from this great game of pro football. Now trying with the extra point is Lou Groza, holding his Tommy James. They're all set to go. Waiting for the snap from center. The ball is placed. The boot is up in the air. This one is good. The kick is good, and so the score now stands Cleveland 21, the Detroit Lions 3. The Cleveland Browns 2 years in a row, out here 2 years ago, 17-7. And last year in a thriller at Briggs Stadium at Detroit, 17-16. They are gunning for an unprecedented third straight championship. Cleveland has other ideas. Bobby Lane hands off this time to Carpenter. He gets into the secondary, the 35, the 40. Carpenter might go all the way. One man has a chance, and he grabs him on the 35 and pulls him down inside that 30 on about the 28-yard line. And there was a sudden burst of speed by the right halfback, Lou Carpenter. He was pulled down finally by Don Paul, the only boy who had a chance to get him. Here on the 28-yard line at 1st and 10 for the Lions. And the Lions roar right back. Cleveland 22-yard line. It is 4th down, 4 yards to go. And the Lions come out. They're going to try for that first down. They are not going for the field goal. Trailing by 18 points. 4th and 4. Bobby Lane pitches out to Doak Walker around the left side of the line. Down to the 20 he goes. Down to the 15 goes that great clutch ball player, and he's pulled down. Picked up the 1st and 10, and there's one of the great clutch players in the game today. The pitchback that time went from the quarterback, Bobby Lane, to his halfback, Doak Walker. As he turned his left end, he found the alley open for the first down as he moved inside the 15-yard line down to the 14-yard line. As they break the huddle, Lane sends Gerard wide to the right and Dorn wide to the left. Bobby Lane calling signals. Pitches out this time. Whoa, and a beautiful tackle back here on the 22-yard line. He pitched out to his fullback, Bowman, who was hit behind the line of scrimmage by Tommy Catlin, who shut the gap and really dropped him down. So now it is 3rd down, 18. 3rd and 18 for the Lions on the Cleveland 23-yard line. Detroit huddling on the 32. A big play coming up, the possession down. Flanker to the right, Gerard. Bobby Lane is dropping back to pass, looks downfield, he throws up the middle. This one is caught by Dibble. He's dropped down to the 5-yard line. A beautiful leaping stab and a great catch by Dorn Dibble. He was hit down immediately by Tommy James and Tom Catlin. And now the ball is down here on the 4-yard line, and it's close enough to call for the chain gang, and out they go. This might be a first down inside the 5. A wait. They're stretching out the tape. It is short by about 6 inches. 4th down and 6 inches to go for the Detroit Lions. Down to the Cleveland 4-yard line. Make that the 4.5. Bob Gain is going into the lineup for Coach Paul Brown, replacing Tommy James. Bob Gain, All-American from the University of Kentucky. 4th down, 6 inches to go on the 4-yard line. A pitch out to Bowman. Bowman to the 5, the 4, the 3. Into the end zone goes Bill Bowman, the fullback. They needed 6 inches for the 1st and goal, and Bowman went all the way, 4.5 yards into the end zone between his left end and his left tackle. And the score is now 21-9 in favor of the Cleveland Browns. Trying for the extra point is Doak Walker. Holding is Bobby Lane. The Lions are poised. The snap from center of the ball placed. The boot is up in the air. This one, the kick is good. And so the score now stands at Cleveland 21 and the Detroit Lions 10. Forrest Gillum. Gillum is standing on the Cleveland 23-yard line. Snap from center. Takes plenty of time. He gets off a high, wobbly spiral, and calling for a fair catch is Gerard on the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Forrest Gillum's punting gives his ends plenty of time to get down under that punt receiver. And that time, Gerard, as he caught the ball, was surrounded by Cleveland Browns. So it is 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions on the 18-yard line of Detroit. Score is 21-10. We have 9 minutes remaining in this first half here at Municipal Stadium, Cleveland, Ohio, on the shores of Lake Erie. Playing to the left this time is Gerard. Back to pass is Lane. He throws out the right flat, complete to Carpenter. He tries to cut. He slips, moves across the line of scrimmage to about the 24-yard line. Stopped out there by number 24, Warren Lahr, and number 82, Carlton Massey. Pass complete on the right flat behind the line of scrimmage to the right halfback, Lou Carpenter, who made it up to the Detroit 24-yard line, where it's second down and approximately 5 yards to go. Detroit huddles back in the 15, wearing their Honolulu blue jerseys with the silver helmets. Nikita's over the ball at center. Flanked right to the left this time is Gerard. Here's the quarterback, Bobby Lane. Looking over, taking plenty of time right now. He pitches out to Bowman around the left side. Bowman across the line of scrimmage up to the 30-yard line, and he's hit very hard. Bill Bowman, on a sweep around his left end, was hit by Walt Michaels and Don Colo on the Detroit 30-yard line, just across the 30, where it is good for the 1st and 10. First down, 10 yards to go. Cleveland has an 11-point lead. The score is 21-10 as we play midway in the second quarter. A lot of excitement out here already, and a lot more thrills coming your way before this afternoon is over. Flank wide to the left once again is Gerard. The quick count, the handoff this time goes to Carpenter off his left guard. He comes up for maybe 5 yards as he's dropped down on the 35-yard line. On the bottom is Don Paul. Don Paul making the tackle along with Mike McCormick. Carpenter moving up to the 35-yard line, where it is now second down and 6 yards to go, a gain of 4. Flanker to the left. The right end dribble is set out about 10 yards. Bobby Lane calling the signals. Lane in a quick, he's trying to throw a pass. The ball is knocked out of his hand, stolen away by Cleveland. Mike McCormick stole the football from Bobby Lane, and the Browns take over on the Detroit 31-yard line. Great defensive maneuver by Mike McCormick, the rookie from Kansas University. From the University of Alabama, the right end. Gain of 3 yards. Second down, 7 yards to go. Once again, Cleveland is inside that Detroit 30-yard line. And the Browns lead 21-10 out here at Municipal Stadium. As the Browns come out, they line up in a straight T formation, no flankers. The ends are in tight. Second down, 7 on the 28. The fake by Graham. He rolls out of the pocket in the bootleg. He's back to pass throws, and it is fought for, and it's taken by Cleveland on the 8-yard line. 3 men handle that football. And the boy who hung onto the pigskin was Ray Renfro after it was knocked out of the hands of Darrell Brewster by Jack Christensen. Ball was hit up into the air, and it was taken out of there beautifully by Renfro. And it's first and goal to go for the Browns down to the 7-yard line. There was a break, and now let's see if the Browns can capitalize on that break.
Off first base, between first and second base, on the skin portion of the field, which has been kept in the best possible condition by the fine groundskeeper, Mr. Emil Bossard. Play is resumed, and once again, here is Earl Gillespie.
Second down and 5 yards to go to a touchdown. The Cleveland Browns deep in Detroit territory. Here is Otto Graham rolling out of the pocket to his right. He's getting away now. He's down to the 5. He hurdles over into the end zone for a touchdown. Day Otto Graham is having this afternoon. That's his second touchdown of the afternoon. The score is now 27-10 in favor of the Cleveland Browns over the favored and defending National Football League champion Detroit Lions. Lou Groza will try for the extra point with Tommy James holding. Waiting for the snap from center. There it is. The ball is placed. The boot is up there, and the kick is good. And so the score stands. Cleveland 28, the Detroit Lions 10.
A reminder, fans, to look for, ask for, Miller High Life, whenever and wherever you buy beer. Yes, get the best by asking for the best. Always ask for Miller High Life.
He picks up 2 yards at second down 8. From the 15 to the 17. And Detroit goes into a huddle back inside that 10-yard line. Out come the Lions, and as they do, they send Doak Walker wide to the left. Doug Gerard is the right end. Dorn Dibble the left end. Bobby Lane back to pass on second down. Looks, he throws a sideliner complete to Gerard. And Gerard tries to get away, but he is stopped here on the 34-yard line, where it is good for the first down. Bobby Lane to his right end. Doug Gerard. Now they say that Gerard was stopped on the 32-yard line. First down 10 for the Detroit Lions with a score Cleveland 28 and Detroit 10. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remain in the first half. Wide to the left goes Doak Walker. Bobby Lane, a quarterback, looks back. He steps back a couple of steps, throws out here. It's complete to Walker. He spins away from one man, but he can't. He gets up to the 40-yard line and is pushed back to the 38. He spun away from one Cleveland pass defender, but was hit as he moved out for yardage on the 40-yard line. And they say that he crossed the 40 to the 41. Bobby Lane to Doak Walker, stopping Luke Carpenter. Third down and 6 for the Detroit Lions on their own 37-yard line. And number 37, Walker, is set wide to the left. Gerard set out about 10 yards to the right. Here is Bobby Lane back to pass. He throws out here. This one is caught. It's stolen away by Walt Michaels down to 45, down to the 40. Walt Michaels down to the 35, and it's caught to the 31. Boy, there is plenty of grand larceny out here today. That ball was stolen by Walt Michaels. And Cleveland once again is deep in Detroit territory, this time on the 31-yard line, first down and 10. 28-10 is the score. The Browns are pounding now, trying for another score.
Football League statistics, after 12 seasonal games, is showing up well here again today, as the Browns this year allowed only 42% of the opposition's passes to be completed. Let's see what the Browns can do against the Lions. It's 28-10.
Ball on the 31-yard line. Detroit's 31. Here is Cleveland out of the tunnel. First down 10. Otto Graham back to pass, looking downfield. He throws a long looper down here to Renfro. He's got it, a beautiful catch in the end zone. Fans, there was one of the great catches we have had the experience to witness this year. Ray Renfro, the left halfback from North Texas State, down full speed inside the 5-yard line, had gotten behind the Detroit pass defense. He leaned over, caught the ball below his knees, raced into the end zone to make the score 34-10. Throws it, trying for the extra point. Tommy James holding. The ball snap placed. The boot is up there. And the kick is good. And that makes the score Cleveland 35. The Detroit Lions 10. First and 10 as the Lions move up now to their 35-yard line. The quarterback, Bobby Lane, is dropping back to pass, looking downfield. He's being rushed now. He hasn't got much time. He throws to Walker on the 35, the 40. Walker to the 45 across the midfield. He's down to the 40, down to the 35, and he steps out of bounds on the 35-yard line. Once again, this time it was Doak Walker being used as a safety precaution out on the right flat behind the line of scrimmage. Lane, who was almost hit, threw out on the right flat to Walker, and he traveled down that sideline. Can really move, and was finally helped out of bounds on the 35 of Cleveland, where it's first and 10 for Detroit. So the clock stops at 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Detroit is trailing. The score is Cleveland 35, the Detroit Lions 10. As they come out, Andy Makita, the center, is over the ball. Flanker to the left this time. Back again to pass is Lane. Bobby's looking down. He throws here. A Silender complete to Gerard. He is dumped on the 29-yard line, and he was hit very hard by number 24, Warren Lahr. And that time we had to wait until Lahr turned around because his back is all muddy.
Unofficially, the statistics that we have, Bobby Lane for Detroit has completed a total of 9 passes in 17 tries, while Otto Graham has thrown 7, completing 4, 3 of them for TDs. It's 35-10 with only a minute and 15 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
First and 10 now for the Detroit Lions down to the 24-yard line. Lane hands off on a reverse to Doak Walker. He's going to pass. He might run. Now he's down to the line of scrimmage, and he is hit very hard. The Doker was caught that time. He was circling as he came around on the just about the old Statue of Liberty type play, taking the ball from Bobby Lane, circling to his left. It looked like he was going to throw. Everybody was covered, so Walker that time had a run, and he was dropped down. And that type play ate up a lot of time, so a timeout is called by the Lions to stop the clock with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Walker managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, the 24-yard line, where it's now a second down and 10. Into the line goes Chuck Noll for the Cleveland Browns. Chuck Noll is going in. Now he just went in to check something with number 82, the second down and 10 on the Cleveland 24-yard line. Here's a quick pass. It's complete to Gerard. Gerard on the 15 fumbles the ball as a big fight for the football. On the 15-yard line, let's see he'll recover that pigskin. Cleveland Browns take over, stopping another Detroit threat. Pass was complete. Bobby Lane to Jug Gerard. He was moving quickly to his left, and he was hit from behind, from the blind side, and was dropped down. He lost the football, recovered by Cleveland on the 15-yard line, where it's now a first and 10 for the Browns. And there is the gun ending the first half of this World Championship game with a score standing. The Cleveland Browns 35, the Detroit Lions 10.
In the first half of play, let's see how the scoring went, as Otto Graham has been in all of the 5 touchdowns scored for the Cleveland Browns. The game was only 3.5 minutes old when Doak Walker kicked a 36-yard field goal, which was good, putting the Lions ahead 3-0. And then the first quarter, 6 minutes old, Graham threw to Ray Renfro, climaxing a 45-yard scoring pass play, putting the Browns ahead 6-3, and Lou the Toe Groza on the conversion, it was 7-3. Just 6 minutes later, at the 12-minute point of the first quarter, it was a pass interception back-to-back that brought Otto Graham away from center on the snap. He threw to Darrell Brewster short, and Brewster went into the end zone standing up, 13-3, and Groza made it a 14-3 ball game. Reynolds, on a punt return, set up another Brown touchdown, and the waning moments of the first quarter. The gun sounded ending the period, and as the second quarter got underway, Otto Graham, from inches away from the Detroit goal line, went over on a quarterback sneak, putting the Browns ahead 20-3, and then Groza again with a point after. It was 21-3. Billy Bowman scored a touchdown in the second quarter for the Detroit Lions after the Detroit club marched beautifully upfield. Bowman going over, he's the fullback, making it a 20-9 ball game, and Walker with the point after. It was 21-10. Ray Renfro saved a pass, and Otto Graham quickly moved his club at the 8-minute point of the second quarter. Graham going around in for the touchdown. It was 28-7, including Groza's conversion. At the 13-minute point, only 2 minutes remaining in the first half, Graham combined with Ray Renfro on a 31-yard scoring pass play, putting Cleveland in front 34-10. Groza made it 35-10, and that is the way it stands here at halftime in Cleveland, Ohio. The statistics here at halftime do not necessarily reflect what has happened in the first half of play, as Detroit has racked up 5 first downs, Cleveland 4. Yardage-wise, the net yardage rushing by Detroit has been 125 as compared to Cleveland's 55. As for the total yards gained, Detroit with 237, and for Cleveland, 100. and 55. And here again is Earl Gillespie.
The opening kickoff of the second half by Martin. It's end of Wren coming down, taken on the 10-yard line by Billy Reynolds. He cuts to his left to the 20, gets away from one man to the 25, and now he's hit here on the 26-yard line, drops down to the 27. And the kicker that time, Jim Martin, was the boy who brought him down, helped out by Gil Maines. And number 70, the rookie from California, Gerald Perry. First down and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Again, that kickoff brought back by the high-stepping Mr. Billy Reynolds of the University of Pittsburgh. First down and 10 for the Cleveland Browns on their 31-yard line. Score 35-10. Cleveland has that big 20-point lead. And they go into the huddle, standing back on the 20-yard line. The Browns come out. Over the ball at center, one of the greats in the game, Frank Gatsky in his 9th year. Flanker to the left. Otto Graham is the quarterback. Graham has his right end in tight. Otto Graham calling the signal, spins. He hands off this time, and it's passed up the middle for about 3 yards, and he's pushed back to the line of scrimmage. But he was hit by Les Bigelman on the line of scrimmage, or rather after he picked up 3 yards, out to the 34-yard line, and it's going to be second down and 7. Morris Bassett, who supposedly was going to be hobbled out here today by a thigh injury, has been running just like that true horse that he is from that fullback spot. Wide to the right this time goes Billy Reynolds. Otto Graham on second down and 7-yard line. Graham back to pass. He looks, he throws from left flat, complete the Bassett on the 35, the 40. Ooh, he is hit hard and drops down here on the 43-yard line. Pass on the left flat. Complete the Bassett behind the line of scrimmage. He was hit by Bob Miller. And Les Bigelman helped out by number 20, the rookie from UCLA, Bill Stitz. It's good for the first and 10. First down, 10 yards to go for the Browns. They have the ball on their 44-yard line. Cleveland leading 35-10 over the Detroit Lions. And once again, the Browns huddle. Their huddle is split by the 35-yard line. As they come out, Graham sends right halfback Dub Jones wide to the right. The left end, Darrell Brewster set out about 10 yards. Danny Lavelli in tight to his tackle. Back to pass. Graham, he's going to run now. He moves off to his left side and is hit on the line of scrimmage and pushed across the 45. Dropped down on the 46-yard line. Getting him that time was Joe Schmidt, Laverne Torgerson, and Gil Maines. They say that Otto made it across the 45 to the 47-yard line. A gain of 3 yards, second down 7. Second and 7. And the shuttle system employed by Paul Brown in operation as he sends in the guard. Bradley to replace Chuck Knoll with a play for Otto. Hey, here's the quarterback in a straight T formation. Graham fakes. He's back to pass, being rushed now. He gets away from one man who was going to hit him back for about a 15-yard loss. Throws a long one down to Darrell Brewster. It's going to be a fight for the ball. And Darrell Brewster caught on the 7. A beautiful catch. Darrell Brewster went up between Doak Walker and Jimmy David. Brother, that was a smooth pass. As smooth as variable pitch Dynaflow passes that record Buick power back to the rear wheels. Otto Graham is now 6 for 8 in the passing department. And the Browns have a first and goal to go on the 7-yard line of Detroit. And there was a great catch by Darrell Brewster, who played his college football at Purdue University. Renfro checking off the playing field. Otto Graham, first down on the 4-yard line. Otto Graham and the quarterback sneak goes down to the 3, the 2, the 1, and is he in or not? Otto Graham is trying for his third touchdown of the afternoon. The uprights were shaken that time as a lot of the pro football players banged into it trying to stop Otto Graham. And where did he go? He went down to about the 6-inch line where it's second down. Second down and goal to go for the Cleveland Browns. They lead 35-10. We're in the first few minutes of play here in the second half. Out come the Browns. Wide to the left this time goes Renfro. Otto Graham at quarterback calling the signals. Otto Graham, quarterback sneaks, and he's into the end zone for the score. And Mr. Cleveland Brown, Otto Graham, has scored his third touchdown today The score is now 41-10 in favor of Cleveland. Lou Groza will try for the extra point. Here comes Otto off the playing field. Running alongside his left end, Darrell Brewster getting a swell ovation. Groza trying for the extra point. Ball is snapped, it's placed, the boot is up in the air. This one is good, and the score is now Cleveland 42, the Detroit Lions 10 as they break wide. Center flanker wide to the left, Jug Girard. Bobby Lane, the quarterback, on a quick count. Back to pass, looks downfield, throws out the left side, complete to Billy Bowman. Bowman trying to get away, and he is brought down on the line of scrimmage on the 20-yard line. Pass behind the line of scrimmage, complete on the left flat to the fullback Bowman. And as he zigged and zagged, he couldn't move away. He was dropped down on the 20. Second down, 10 yards to go. End of the tackle that time was Len Ford, the great defensive right end from the University of Michigan. Ball is 20 yards in from the far side of the playing field. Detroit Lions are moving towards the goal to the right of our mutual microphone. Flanker to the left, Jug Girard once again. Here is Lane back to pass. He looks, he throws up the middle. This one is intercepted. Intercepted by Kenny Kahn on the 30, the 25, the 10, and he is caught finally outside the 10-yard line. He was caught at about the 12. Kenny Kahn intercepting that Bobby Lane pass on the 30-yard line and moving it down to the Detroit 13, where it's going to be a first down and 10 for the Browns. Cleveland leading 42-10. 8 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the third quarter. Flanker to the right. Otto Graham, the quarterback, looking over that Detroit defense. A 7-man line. Here's a pitch out going wide to the former Chicago Bear Morrison. He's down to the 5, all the way for the score. That is the first time that Fred Curly Morrison, a product of Ohio State, has carried the pigskin today. He made it count. A 12-yard gallop around his right end into the end zone. The score is now 48-10 in favor of Cleveland. Groza trying for another extra point. Tommy James holding. The ball is snapped. It's placed. The boot is up in the air. This one is good. And it's now the Cleveland Browns 49, the Detroit Lions 10. Getting all set for the next kickoff, and while we wait, here is Mr. Chris Schenkel.
Ladies and gentlemen, I doubt if ever before Cleveland Brown fans have given their club such a tremendous ovation as you are just hearing, as it is a 49-10 ball game. Partisan crowd it is from Detroit today by a special train, 1,500 members of the Crisis Club from Detroit. It's a club that meets every Friday afternoon. And it's a club that has as a motto that every day is a crisis. And I would say that today especially is one for Lion fans, as the Browns have really rolled. Let's see what the Lions can do with the Groza kickoff going from right to left. Earl?
The deep men are Doak Walker and Jug Girard. Here is the advance, the boot by Lou Groza. This one is end over end. It's not going too deep. Girard is coming out to the 5, the 6-yard line. He grabs the football to the 10, the 15, the 20, cutting to his right now. He gets away from one man trying to cut back. He gets across the 25, spins, and is dropped down. Nice return by Jug Girard. He was almost breaking out into the clear that time, but he was caught and spun around and dropped down on the 26. First down and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Now, I believe the quarterback is Tom Dublinsky. Bobby Lane is out of there for the first time. Tom Dublinsky in his third year with Detroit. 6'2", 190 pounds from Utah. And Dublinsky sends Girard wide to the left. He splits his right end. Here's the quarterback, Dublinsky, back to pass. He's looking downfield. He's going to run now. He tucks the football. Now he's going to throw, and he's going to get hit. He is pulled down by Carlton Massey back on the 9-yard line. Tom Dublinsky was running around in that backfield, and he couldn't find anybody clear. He was going to run, then he was going to pass. Took too much time to make up his mind, and Massey dropped him down back on the 9-yard line. Dublinsky finished fourth in the passing statistics in the National Football League. He completed 55.8% of his passes, and he averaged 7.78 yards every time he threw a forward pass. 49-10, the Lions are trailing. The second down, 25 on the 9-yard line. Flanker to the left. Here is Dublinsky back on the 3-yard line. He throws out here a sideline. It is caught by Jimmy, I think it's Dorn. No, it's Jeb Gerard. He was dropped down here on the 28-yard line. Helped out of bounds by number 24, Warren Lahr. Pass complete from Tom Dublinsky to Jug Gerard. And Jug was dropped down on the 27-yard line. Former LSU star, Louisiana State University, 5'10", 180-pounder, is standing back on the 32. In punt formation goes Jug Gerard. Gerard is standing on the 12, waiting for the pass from center. There's the pass, and Gerard gets his boot away. This is a low kick, twisting down, hitting down to the 35, rolls down to the 30, the 25, picked up by Kahns, and he is heading his tracks on the 20-yard line. First and 10 for Cleveland. Hit that time by Jimmy Doran. And these Cleveland Browns fans are having a picnic out here at Municipal Stadium today. The score is 49-10 in favor of Cleveland, and they want another touchdown. Still plenty of time to go in this football game. We have 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Out they come. Dub Jones is set wide to the left. The quarterback is Otto Graham. Yard line. A pitch out this time to Morrison around the right side of the line. He circles his end, moves across the 15, the 20, and is hit at about the 22-yard line by Jimmy David. Jimmy David helped out by Jerry Perry on the 22-yard line. Ball is 20 yards in from the far side of the playing field. The Cleveland Browns are moving towards the goal to our left. A 7-man line for the Detroit Lions. Here is Graham back to pass, looking downfield. It's batted in the air. This one is caught, and it's dropped. Caught and dropped on the 27-yard line by a Cleveland Brown. And they call it a completed forward pass. It was Ray Renfro who hung onto the football. As he was hit, he dropped the ball. And it is a completed forward pass. But it's 4th down 5 now, and back into a double safety. Jug Gerard and Doak Walker. Into punt formation goes Horace Gillum. Gillum is standing back on the 10-yard line. There's the pass from center. Gillum has plenty of time. Here's his boot. A wobbly kick, not too deep, hitting on the 45 of Detroit, rolling down to the 40. Rolls down to the 35, down to the 30-yard line. Finally, it rolls down to the 28. There was a tremendous roll in favor of the Cleveland Browns, and there is a flag on this play. A flag on the play as Gillum got the roll that time. It bounced on, it hit on the Detroit 45 and rolled down to the Detroit 28-yard line. Big discussion going on between the 40 and the 45 as there were flags all over the playing field. Cleveland is leading 49-10 over the Detroit Lions, defending champions of the National Football League. Personal foul is called against the Detroit Lions. It's refused by the Cleveland Browns. So it is Detroit's football, 1st and 10, on the Lions' 28-yard line. This pass defense of Cleveland has been very sharp today. Tom Dublinsky is the Detroit quarterback. Flank to the left this time is Dorn. Back to pass. The handoff this time on a reverse goes to Carpenter around the left side of the line. He's across the line of scrimmage, but he is hit down on the 29-yard line. Lou Carpenter On the reverse, circling his left end, was hit down to the 29 by Walt Michaels, helped out by Don Colo. 4 minutes and 25 seconds remain in the third quarter. Detroit huddling on the 20. Second down 9, a gain of 1 yard by Carpenter on that reverse. Flanker to the left, Dorn. Gerard sent wide to the right. Here's the quarterback, Dublinsky, faking a pass. He throws out the right flat, complete to Carpenter. He gets away from one man now across the 30 to 35, is still going, and is hit on the 40-yard line by Kenny Kahn. Kahn's really smashed into Luke Carpenter. And now we have a lot of excitement back here on the 23-yard line as a few of the players are mixing it up. Little battle going on back on the 23, and a timeout is called. Second down and 9. There were 2 penalties on the play. One offset the other, and it was second 9 for the Detroit Lions. The quarterback, Tom Dublinsky, handing off, and circling wide that time was Carpenter. He moved across the 35-yard line to the 36, where it is short of the first down, so it is a third down and about 3. Gerard set to the right. Dublinsky at quarterback spins. Hands off to Carpenter once again. A flag on the play as Carpenter picks up the 1st and 10 as he goes across the 40. Carpenter was hit, brought down on the 41-yard line of Detroit. A penalty, though, was called on the play. Penalty was against the Cleveland Browns, refused as Detroit picked up the first down on the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. It's a 1st down and 10 for Detroit on its 41-yard line. Flanker to the left. The right end set out 10 yards. Tom Dublinsky at quarterback fakes. He's back to pass. He's going to get hit. He gets away from one man. He's going to run. He's across the 45 and is dropped down to the 46-yard line. A lot of fierce tackling taking place out here today. There was a fumble on this last play. I believe, no, there was a timeout called by the Detroit Lions as they have an injured player down here on the 45-yard line.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Mutual, the radio network for all America.
This is WGN, the Chicago Tribune station, Chicago 11, serving the Middle West.
Both clubs today are fighting to win the title, which climaxes a great National Football League season. So too are they fighting to win the winner's share of the championship game, which will probably average some above $2,000. Play is resumed now here in the third quarter, and here is Earl Gillespie.
It was Tom Dublinsky who was hurt. It's Bobby Lane back in there now on second down and 5. He throws down here. This one is almost intercepted, intended for Judge Gerard. Whoops! One of the officials took a seat here in the mud as he put the brakes on across the sideline stripe, went right down to the seat of his pants down here on the 40-yard line of Cleveland. Bobby Lane trying to hit Judge Gerard with a sideline pass, incomplete over his head. So it is now third down 5 for the Detroit Lions on their own 45-yard line. Tom Dublinsky was helped off the playing field. Bobby Lane is back in at quarterback. Lions out. With a flanker to the left. Here is Bobby Lane in a quick count. Back to pass. Goes out the right flat. Complete to the right halfback. Carpenter away from one man on the 50-yard line. He's caught from behind and pulled down on the Cleveland 45-yard line where it's a 1st and 10. But there is a flag on this last play, I believe. Let's check. A big one is coming up against the Cleveland Browns. 15 yards. Moves it down to the 30-yard line. A personal foul. Personal foul is called against the Cleveland Browns. It's 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line now for the Lions on the Cleveland 30. Flanker to the left. Quick count. Lane back to pass. Bobby's looking. He's in the pocket. He throws down to the end zone, and it's incomplete. I think that ball was partially deflected by number 22, Kenny Kahn. Intended for the left end, Dorn Dibble, incomplete at 2nd 10. The score, Cleveland 49, Detroit 10. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the third quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Ball is 20 yards in from the near side of the playing field on the 30-yard line. Lions huddle back on the 40-yard stripe. As they break the huddle, Dorn moves wide to the left. 3 ends in there now. Dibble's in there. Here's a quick count again. Bobby Lane back to pass. Throws incomplete to Gerard. Jug was cutting down to his left. Down and in, and he slipped and fell as he cut too sharply on the 20-yard line. Another incompleted forward pass. Third down, 10 yards to go. Cleveland's ball, or rather Detroit's ball in the Cleveland 30. Cleveland with that big 39-point lead. Dorn setting wide to the left. Dibble inside of him. Gerard wide to the right. Third down, 10. Here comes that possession down, and back to pass is Bobby Lane looking downfield. Throws out here, and it's caught by Dibble. He's dropped down. Or was that the Doker? Dorn Dibble was the boy who caught the ball, and he was upended and dropped down on the Cleveland 17, 18-yard line. First and 10. Detroit on the march right now. With 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ball 20 yards in from the far side of the playing field. First and 10. On the 18-yard line, Lane back to pass. Throws out the right flat to Carpenter. He tries to cut, and he slips and falls. Back on the 18, 19-yard line. Hit by Tommy Catlin. Pass was complete, but Carpenter that time, trying to cut sharply to his left, slipped and fell. It is slippery going on the playing field as we check the playing condition of the field prior to coming up into our mutual radio booth. Off the field comes number 72, Johnny Kissel, who's played himself a whale of a ball game in that Cleveland line. Second down, 11 yards to go. There was a loss of a yard on the play. The ball is back on the 19-yard line. Lane dropping back the pass, being rushed, throws a short screen that is complete to Carpenter, looking for his interference now. He cuts, brought down once. He gets up the gully. He's down inside the 15-yard line, and he's down to the 12. Screen pass complete to Lou Carpenter. Tackled by Kenny Kahns. There's plenty of action down there in that playing field. And on the road, too, when you switch the pitch of Buick's new variable pitch Dynaflow. Not much time left in this third quarter. Fourth down, 2 yards to go on the 10-yard line. A quick pass is complete to Gerard. He's on the 5, and he is hit on the 5. Hit by Kenny Kahns. There is the gun. Marking the end of the third quarter. Cleveland has that 49-10 lead over the defending champions of the National Football League, the Detroit Lions. So step in, Chris Schenkel.
And as the score stands at 49-10, as we await the start of the fourth period, the 1955 Buick scores high on beauty, no doubt about that. But brother, first and foremost, the 55 Buick is built to perform. Beneath Buick's bold styling is the greatest power team in the field today. Buick's tremendously advanced big V8 that steps up to 236 horsepower. And teamed up with that record high power is the newest transmission development in years, Buick's airplane-inspired variable pitch Dynaflow drive. The power propellers inside Dynaflow switch the pitch like the blades of a modern airplane propeller with just as exciting results. You get an instant surge of power for thrilling takeoff or safe passing just by pushing the accelerator past full throttle. And with Dynaflow's blades in cruising pitch, you get remarkable fuel economy. What other car offers such performance, such economy, and such beauty? Tomorrow, sure, see and drive the 55 Buick. Your Buick dealer has one of these superbly styled, sensational performers waiting for you. Take that wheel and see for yourself why the 55 Buick is the thrill of the year.
First down on the 6-yard line. Bobby Lane throws out the left flat. This one is intercepted by the Cleveland Browns. And it's caught by Len Ford. He might go all the way. He's in the 30, the 35, the 40, across the midfield, and he is finally caught from behind. Ronnie Ford took that ball out of midair. A pass in the left flat, which is a very dangerous pass as it is. Ford grabbed it. Boy, and he really ambled. 250 pounds rolling down the field. He was caught from behind and pulled down on the 45-yard line. The Detroit 45, first and 10 for Cleveland. We're in the last quarter of play. That is the fourth interception by the very alert defensive unit for the Cleveland Browns. Out of the huddle comes Cleveland. Otto Graham is still the quarterback. Billy Reynolds is set wide to the left on the Detroit 45-yard line. Graham hands off to Morrison. Morrison goes down to about the 42. And there might be a penalty on this last play, as there are some very heated feelings between these two ball clubs who have had the opportunity to meet each other 3 times in the postseason classic of pro football. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Detroit for piling on. Personal foul. Personal foul, and the football is put down on the 26-yard line of Detroit. 14 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the 1954 championship game. Thus it is third down 8. Cleveland inside that 30. On the 24-yard line, flanker to the right as they break the huddle, Billy Reynolds. Otto Graham on third down 8, calling signals, sends a man in motion now. Chet Hanulak, wide to his left, the pitch out. Morrison fumbles, the loose football is recovered by Detroit. Pitch out going from the quarterback Otto Graham to his fullback, Curly Morrison. He fumbled the ball, is recovered by Detroit. And on the bottom of that pile with the football is Gerald Perry. So the Lions take over. Ball on the 25-yard line, first down and 10. In goes Leon Hart, Bobby Lane, Dorn Dibble. Gain of 5 yards, second and 5 on the 40. Here's the pass up the middle. This one is deflected, intercepted by Kenny Kahn on the 50. Down to the 45. He goes down to the 40, the 39. Caught by Doak Walker. Kenny Kahn. How about that one? Thrills of plenty this afternoon. And for the thrill of the year, sample the hot performance of the 1955 Buick. Another pass interception for the Cleveland Browns. Kahn's second of the day. They now have 5 in all. And it's Cleveland's ball, first and 10, on the 40-yard line of Detroit. Otto Graham at quarterback. Carpenter is one of the backs, Billy Reynolds. And Hanulak, the handoff goes to Hanulak on a quick opener up the middle. He goes down into the secondary, across the 20, down to the 15-yard line, down inside the 15. They might have caught him on that 15, and there was a great run by the rookie from the University of Maryland, who got his tutoring from Jim Tatum down there at Maryland, Chet Hanulak. 180 pounds, and that was a blinding speed that time as he burst up the middle down to the 16. First down and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Hanulak this time is set wide to the left. Otto Graham looking over the Detroit defense. The fans are yelling, go, go, go for these Cleveland Browns. Here's the handoff to Reynolds. Reynolds pounding down to the 10, down to the 9. He's stopped by Jerry Perry. A reminder, fans, remember that big postseason game scheduled for January 16th at the Coliseum in Los Angeles, California. The All-Pro Bowl game, and that is always a thriller. The top in pro football on display at the Coliseum on January 16th. Second down and 4. 9 yards to go to a touchdown. The Cleveland Browns knocking on the door once again. Flanker to the right, Otto Graham. The fearless passer is calling signals. Otto Graham, the former Northwestern great, looks over that defense. This time he hands off to Hanulak. He's in the 5, and he's into the end zone. And what a run! and the fourth quarter have turned this game into a complete rout. Now a go-ahead by the amazing score of 55-10. Time for the extra point. Lou Groza, the ball snap. This place, the boot is up there. This one is good. The kick is good. The score is now Cleveland 56, Detroit 10. And Chris, this is one of the most amazing football games I think I have ever seen.
And with the Cleveland Browns undoubtedly winning at Earl, it'll be one of the greatest team victories in this professional championship game, as offensively the Browns have scored with Otto Graham throwing 3 touchdown passes, scoring 3 himself, Curly Morrison bulling over for another, and now the rookie from Maryland, Chet Hanulak. What a display, and of course, as the Detroit Lions are held to their lowest point total thus far during the entire 1954 season with only 10 points, what more can you say for a defensive unit like Coach Paul Brown has fielded here in Cleveland, Ohio today?
Big flanker to the left once again for Detroit. Here's Bobby Lane. Back to pass. Being rushed. He throws a sideliner. This one is caught. And the boy who caught the ball is pulled down on the 41-yard line. Pass was complete to Dorn Dibble. While we have a chance, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Mutual, the radio network for all America.
This is WGN, the Chicago Tribune station. Chicago 11 serving the Middle West.
First down and 10 on the 42-yard line for Detroit. Bobby Lane in a bootleg. He's back to pass. He throws. It's intercepted this time by Lenny Ford off the hands of a Detroit Lion. And Ford is dropped down on the Cleveland 48. Now, here comes Otto Graham off. Listen to this tremendous ovation. For one of the great quarterbacks in the history of pro football. Fearless Otto Graham, who has announced that this is his last professional football game. Today, Otto Graham threw 3 touchdown passes, scored 3 touchdown passes, or scored 3 touchdowns, rather. An amazing exhibition for a guy who had a lot of trouble against these Detroit Lions in past exhibitions. Quarterback George Rediman on a quarterback sneak. Comes up here to about the 9-yard line, where he is put down. There is the gun, marking the end of the 1954 National Football League Championship game. An amazing score as the Cleveland Browns overpowered the Detroit Lions, the favored Lions, 56-10.
And that's it, fans. The rip-roaring, unbelievable climax to another exciting season of professional football. We've just witnessed the crowning of a new champion. And your friendly hosts have been that national champion of quality, Miller High Life. And so until next we meet, this is Earl Gillespie saying goodbye and good luck, and reminding you that it's always a grand idea to enjoy life with Miller High Life, the genuine Milwaukee beer.